The deal is done, right, with the Cardinals and the White
everyone's
Sox and the
reporting
Dodgers are getting the reports. Okay. Prospect return yet, but your thoughts on the Dodgers trading for a player that hasn't played yet this season? He had the wrist surgery in the offseason, then he had a setback with another issue, which I'll tell you in just a sec. I forgot which part of the body it was, but hasn't played a game yet. Obviously, Erick Fedde was one of the more coveted arms, and he's going to land with the St. Louis Cardinals, but yeah, the ankle injury also for Edman. He's rehabbing right now and looks like he's going to be back soon. But your thoughts on this one, aside from what the prospect stash is going to look like for the White Sox?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think there's any question that Erick Fedde was going to get traded. He was a great sign by the Chicago White Sox. Absolutely give a lot of credit to Chris Getz, who went out there, got him on an affordable rate. Great job of them scouting them for sure. And look, I don't think there's any doubt that, Erick Fedde is definitely going to sit there and help that rotation. They were looking for a veteran starter. That was one of the goals that they had. And one thing that about John Mozeliak is he's a targeted president and GM. He always looks for that one thing that he wants. He doesn't make a lot of moves, but he always fills that one need that he thinks the team has. So this deal really not a big surprise to me.
All right, but is Fedde a guy that can help the Cardinals? I mean, I know he's under a 2-year deal and they signed all those guys to the 1-year deal, but he's not a heavy strikeout guy. He's a heavy contact guy, right? He kind of pitches edges, cutters, curveballs, changeups, kind of mixes it up. He's not going to go out there and punch out 12 in 6 innings for sure. So is this a move that can impact the Cardinals, obviously not only this year, but next year?
I mean, I don't like the word impact, right? But I think anytime you get a guy that can give you solid innings as a third or fourth starter, which is really how I look at it. Maybe Sonny Gray's a 2, but the rest of their rotation are really 3, 4s, and 5s. And this adds to that. I mean, the one thing you get with Fedde is you get a guy that can keep you in games for 5 or 6 innings and then try to outscore them and try to out-bullpen them. Look, this isn't getting Skubal or Crochet or a top of the rotation kind of difference maker. It's not impactful, but you need guys to give you 5 or 6 innings. You need to be able to keep that bullpen fresh and strong, as you know, AJ. So yeah, I like the deal. I think this is expected. I think I wrote in May that Fedde was one of the guys that they were going to be targeting. So not a surprise. This is who they landed. It's
Tommy Edman, who hasn't played yet this year for St. Louis and now is going to end up with the Dodgers. So your take on this being a good fit for LA? I know they're looking for versatility. This guy's as versatile as anyone in the game right now. But JB, did you do this often when you were GMing? Like a player that you haven't seen one lick this season? Like I know, remember Bader was traded when he was on the IL a couple of years ago, but he had played like 70-something games. I'm just always curious. You never know how a guy's going to look when he hasn't played the entire season.
No, there's no doubt about that. And look, the Dodgers would have done their homework on medicals. The Dodgers medical staff is amazing. I think they're as good as there is in the business. So they're following it. And this is a player, for them isn't just for this year, but, they've got a lot of concerns because they're not sure when Max Muncy's going to be back. He's not getting better as quickly as they thought that he would. You've got Betts coming back, but, Edman's positional flexibility is something that the Dodgers really like, right? They like guys that can play multi-positions. And so Tommy, you can put him at second, you can put him in center, you can put him in left. He's a winning player. He's the kind of guy that Andrew Friedman likes having on the bench. I mean, he's always done a very good job on the bench getting guys like Kike Hernandez. So I look at Edman as more of a, 10th player. For me, not necessarily a regular player, but a guy that can play every day. Chris Taylor looks like he's done for me. And looks like Tommy Edman is kind of a Chris Taylor kind of player, play multiple positions. In terms of how much he'll be able to produce this year down the stretch, I don't think he's a difference maker.
Inside Scoop time with FT Senior Insider Ken Rosenthal. Ken, let's get right to the most recent development. We've been breaking down the 3-way trade with the Dodgers, the White Sox, and the Cardinals. What do you think about it?
Well, it's a very interesting trade, no doubt. And the Dodgers clearly get better with Kopech in the bullpen. And Tommy Edman, assuming he's healthy, he is the kind of versatile infield, outfield type that will fit in really well with them. And then from the Cardinals' perspective, not only do they get Erick Fedde, but they also get Tommy Pham back. And losing Tommy Pham, he had a rocky ending there, but it's kind of cool that he's going back there. And Fedde is a controllable starter. He has another year left, and he's pitched well this year. They wanted one more starter. So from their perspective, As I understand it right now, all they're giving up is Edman. There might be more to this deal, not fully confirmed yet, but they do well as well. And then the White Sox, Miguel Vargas is a guy who is going to hit. Everyone agrees with that. Position is somewhat in question. I don't know much about the prospects that they're getting in this deal as well.
That 3-team trade just keeps expanding. The latest that will add to this puzzle, Tommy Pham is indeed getting traded. So I fumbled my words, but I meant it. Tommy Edman is traded. He's going to be with the Dodgers. Tommy Pham in this trade is going to the St. Louis Cardinals. He's going back to the St. Louis Cardinals. Didn't they not love each other by the end? Didn't they kind of have a little divorce?
I don't know about that, but listen, I played with Tommy in St. Louis. Listen, I mean, they need a right-handed bat. Guess who they got? Tommy Pham. And Tommy would be happy about this. I talked to Tommy this weekend. There was a couple of teams he did not want to go to.
This wasn't on the list?
This was not one of those teams that he mentioned because he said some teams didn't treat him with respect this offseason. And he wasn't real happy about them. So the Cardinals were not one of those teams. And just proves you can go back home again. And Robert Murray, way to go on the Pham trade.
What the Dodgers did as part of the 3-team trade that's out there. And you know, to get Tommy Edman as part of that and Kopech as part of it, you get a power arm. They'll make him better than he was in Chicago. I have no doubt about that. And Edman, although he's been out all year, is a very capable guy, can play short, can play second, can play the outfield, and gives them a lot of versatility and options depending on when Mookie comes back and what are they going to do with it in front of Rojas. So I think it's a good trade. And listen, I think in that 3-team deal, the fact that the White Sox gave up Kopech, Fedde, and Tommy Pham in the deal, and all they got back were the 3 prospects, I don't know what they're doing. And so I thought St. Louis and the Dodgers made out great in that deal.
Hey, FT fam, it's Alana Rizzo. I can't stop talking about Vuori. Vuori is perfect if you are sick and tired of traditional old workout gear. I wear Vuori in all settings, not just in the gym, because honestly, it's comfier than whatever you're currently wearing. No joke. I'm wearing Vuori daily leggings right now. They're high-waisted with the drawstring and cuffed ankles. They look good and they feel great. You're going to love them. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/foul. That's VUORI.com/foul. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/foul and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.